are live. I hope that the sound is good. Excuse the background noise. But what's going on, y'all? It's your girl Tricuria, and today we are talking about how I plan out my solo travels, like a step-by-step guide on how I plan out my solo travels. So if you see me looking down at my phone from time to time, it's just because I don't want to forget my point. So if you are new here, I do all things travel, poetry, and lifestyle vlogging. So welcome to the channel. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Number one, choosing a destination. For those of you who don't know, I've traveled to 35 countries, been blessed to travel to 35 countries. And when I solo travel, the planning process, it can be tedious, but it's definitely rewarding. And some of you have reached out, asking me about tips about different things. And so, um, number one, when I'm choosing a destination, I literally take the globe, spin it, put my finger there. Now I'm just playing, y'all. But seriously though, I just really, if it's some place that I've heard about or researched that has, like a vibe or a collective vibe, but sometimes it's for work. So choosing a destination, it really just depends on the scenario. And so as a YouTube vlogger, I am working on, in the future, inshallah, to get some more, some deals. I'm saying some more. I'm already professing it, but some travel deals as well. But when I choose a destination, it depends on like something that I've wanted to do, or a place that I might have heard about. And so social media is very powerful because, people get on a wave of like, oh, I went here, I went here, I went here. So it's like, okay, that's interesting. And I do kind of like to be off the beaten path a little bit. Like, I do try to explore countries that are new to people, or new to my immediate community as well. So that's choosing a destination. So it's up to you on that one. Finding cheap flights or affordable flights. Y'all, the economy is going up so bad. Like, but I will say, if you are diligent with being able, once you get the flight, that's how I always say, when I get that flight, it's happening. It's done. I'm going. Like, once I get that flight, I know that I'm going. But finding affordable flights sometimes may be difficult, especially depending on geographical location. Like, I live in West Africa, so flying from West Africa, y'all, even flying within, you know, uh, the continent of Africa, can be very expensive. So, being able to find affordable flights and getting good deals on those. So I know some people say like go in incognito mode, because when they track your location, they raise or lower prices based off of your location, which is so wild to me. So, or turning on your VPN or what have you, just to kind of get a variation, and you will be surprised. You can be looking at the same travel for a destination, and different outcomes. Different outcomes is ludicrous to me. So that's a tip that you could use in order to find better deals on your booking your flights. And I'm not really a person that is by the book on any particular company, booking.com, Expedia, etc. Like, if y'all would like to sponsor me, hey. But I've used multiple different platforms, Skyscanner, etc., and has generated some good outcomes with those. So that's that. And then booking your accommodation, y'all. When you're booking your accommodation, you really want to be for myself. Like when I first started solo traveling, I was, doing kind of I wouldn't even say nomadic lifestyle, backpackerish lifestyle, or, budget. Let's say budget lifestyle, where I was doing, I never did like the couch surf, but I did do hostels at a point, and it was good for me because then I could get out and meet more people. Being in a hostel, so you meet people from all over, and I would say out of 10, my experience with hostels has been like a strong 7. There are some nicer hostels, and then there are some ones that definitely is budget. So um, I know now I don't really do hostels as much because then Airbnb got its traction, and options, where you could actually rent out a place and have a place, give that more homely feel. But now, honestly, I like a nice little hotel because, it's different stages, it's different levels. So if you're someone who is looking to solo travel but you're on a budget, hostels could be an option. Just make sure you do your research, look at the reviews, all that good stuff. Do your due diligence on where you're staying. Airbnb, same thing. The area location is important. Is it accessible? Hotels generally are in a more accessible area. So that is that, booking your accommodation. And then for myself, planning my itinerary. Now, this is when I get to the fun part. Like, I really like this part of solo travel is planning out my itinerary because it's like, okay, I'm going to this country because I want to explore some different things. And of course, like, if you're a person that's like, you try to fit in everything in a little short amount of time, you can probably overplan sometimes. So I do like to leave some leisure time in my planning of my itinerary. But I look at a lot of YouTube videos. So shout out to y'all YouTube vloggers who show your experiences, because those really do help. I look up the place, etc. Google Maps, like Maps.me is good for when you're traveling to another location, and if you don't have service at that time, to be able, if you download the country before, then you can be able to maneuver even if you don't have service. um, so planning out my itinerary like is the most fun for me. And so how I do it, it's not like I use an app or I use a travel agent. Like, I'm planning out my trip, so I really go first and see like what is popular there, like what are the landmark places that I need to hit, and then I see things that I might be interested in. And then another um, good thing to use is when you are looking for different events or things to go to while you're abroad. I like to use, I gotta cut that out. I like to use Eventbrite. So I like to use Eventbrite, because, and then just put the dates on when I'm going to be there, because sometimes different events might be posted, etc. So I can kind of like plan around like what might be going on happening at the time, and then the rest is just vibe. So like I'll plan out a couple things, few things, a handful of things depending on my stay, and then the rest I kind of leave to be a little bit more leisure. And so next, budgeting for the trip. Like, so usually when I do plan my solo travels, I plan these things months in advance, typically, so that I have time to be able to really budget and save and allocate funds for the trip. Some people, very spontaneous and, blink of an eye, they on a trip. I actually did that recently for my trip to Trinidad. I was planning it maybe like three, 4 weeks in advance. But for me, that's short notice. Like I'm a, you know, 4 to 6 months to a year out girly. But to each his own on that. So making sure that I can budget properly. So depending on the cost and what I think that I might spend or need, or transfer to the local currency, I calculate that out, not to an extent of like I got to spend this much or I don't, but based off of the cost of living as well. So look up the cost of living, how much it is to get around. Do they have transportation? What kind of transportation apps do they have? Do they not have transportation? Because if not, then you have to make sure, or like, like the ride share, or if you have to hail the taxi down, because then, going back into the planning pieces of it, then you have to know a little bit of the language or be able to get around. So, next is travel essentials and packing. So I like to carry a carry-on suitcase, like very simple. I don't want to tote any heavy bags, because it's not fun having to tote around bags, and it's just so a little carry-on. Get you those pump bags, that the air suction bags, so that you can save space. It's a game changer. So, lastly, safety tips for solo travel, especially solo female travelers. I've touched on this a few times in a couple other videos, but really, it's like when you go anywhere, being vigilant, staying aware, and of course, not giving out your location when you're there so freely and things like that. Making sure your family member, whatever, friend has your location, somebody has your location, so that people can keep tabs on you as well. And yeah, just exercising wisdom. Let's say it like that. I would say common sense, but common sense ain't so common. So, just like exercise wisdom. Certain places you wouldn't even go in your own hometown. So, you know, but yes, if you have made it this far in the video, you are the real MVP. I appreciate you. I hope that this helped someone, and that if you're thinking about taking a solo trip soon, that you were able to get some helpful tips from this. And I'll see you next time. This is your girl Tricurious signing off. Peace.